A man's face continues to appear on billboards across northern Colorado. It's part of a new effort to help find leads for a cold case. Investigators say someone shot and killed Paul Gallenstein while he was hiking on the Foothills Trail near Horsetooth Reservoir in September last year. Several of those billboards are now up asking for the public's help.
9 News' northern Colorado reporter shares why his family is trying this way of sharing his story.
It's a busy time of year at Bath Garden Center. Every day there's a big focus.
Selling Christmas trees.
But also every day, workers like nursery technician Joseph Clark see this billboard across the road.
I would say every single day when I drive to work.
The word unsolved sticks out.
It does stick with you.
Over at the Larimer County Sheriff's Office, Investigation Sergeant Rita Servine says it's been a year since Paul Gallenstein's death.
We've exhausted a lot of the leads that have come in from the public.
Now they need help.
If it goes cold, it goes quiet.
Paul's wife didn't want to go on camera for safety, but she paid for these billboards across northern Colorado.
They're also in Greeley. You know, she doesn't want this big question mark, this big unknown to be her husband's legacy.
The sheriff's office says Paul told his wife he was just going for a hike in a well-traveled area.
He had gone on this hike a lot. She knew exactly where he was going to go. One of the things that Paul had on was an Apple Watch, so that was tracking his heart rate, so we know the exact time that his heart stopped.
With leads exhausted, this is the family's new hope for answers.
Clearly there's probably somebody out there that does know what happened, and I hope that family gets justice.
There is also a cash reward, $50,000 for any information that can help lead to an arrest. In Fort Collins, Amanda Gilbert, 9 News.
Anyone who was near the Foothills Trail the morning of September 10th, or anyone who has any information that's relevant to the case, needs to reach out to the Larimer County Sheriff's Office.
There will not be a merger of the Kroger and Albertsons grocery chains. This morning, Albertsons, which operates Safeway here, pulled out of the business agreement with Kroger, the owner of King Soopers, after 2 separate judges put a halt to the merger.
This merger was bad for Colorado. It was going to harm competition, and the so-called divestiture remedies that were offered were insufficient to protect consumers, and that we needed to stop this merger.
And then Albertsons filed suit against Kroger, accusing the chain of repeatedly refusing to divest assets that were necessary for antitrust approval. Several lawsuits were filed to stop the merger, citing antitrust violations, particularly decreased competition and higher consumer prices. The Federal Trade Commission was behind one of those suits, along with several states, including Colorado. Coming up in about 10 minutes, we're going to talk with a DU professor about the problems the merger faced and what happens next. FBI Director Christopher Wray is resigning. Wray told FBI staffers that he will leave by the end of the Biden administration.
His resignation comes after being criticized by President-elect Trump, who has already named his choice to lead the department. NBC's Alice Barr has more.
In a shakeup to the nation's top law enforcement agency, FBI Director Christopher Wray told Bureau employees today he will cut his term short and resign before Inauguration Day, under heavy criticism from President-elect Trump, including over the 2022 FBI search for classified documents that led to Mr. Trump's criminal indictment.
He invaded Mar-a-Lago. I'm very unhappy with the things he's done.
The president-elect has named Kash Patel, a loyalist and former federal prosecutor, to head the bureau he's long criticized.
I'd shut down the FBI Hoover building on day one.
Also today, a newly confident Pete Hegseth on Capitol Hill.
This is how we're feeling today, right here. Feeling great. Fighting for the country, fighting for our military.
The odds appearing to improve for President-elect Trump's defense secretary pick as he makes the rounds with Republican senators who'll decide whether to confirm him.
He's much better off this week than he was last week.
Hegseth meeting today with centrist Susan Collins, who says she pressed him.
Both his position on military issues as well as the allegations against him.
The combat veteran and former Fox News host forcefully denies accusations of excessive drinking and a sexual assault allegation for which he was investigated but never charged. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
We're learning new information in the shooting investigation of the CEO of UnitedHealthcare. Fingerprints taken from suspect Luigi Mangione matched some prints found near the New York City crime scene. Police previously said that the suspect had visited a Starbucks before the shooting. Deputies recovered a video showing where items he bought were discarded and were collected as evidence. Mangione's fingerprints matched on a water bottle and a wrapper. Also today, officials confirmed that they matched the suspect's gun to 3 shell casings at the crime scene.
Take a live look outside. We're looking at Fort Collins on this Wednesday afternoon. Warmer today, warmer, but still windy, if you ask me, Kathy. If we kill the wind, it's great.
We're working on it.
Just flip it off.
I'm working on that because we know the wind makes people super crabby, right? And when it has a northerly influence to it, it just makes it feel so much colder than the Fahrenheit temperature would indicate. Hey, all eyes on the Broncos. Of course, big game in town on Sunday. Great looking forecast for that. Outside right now, temperatures in the 50s. Kim, lighter winds. Look at the flagpoles outside the studio here. Huh? Yeah, that's going to be the trend tonight. The winds are relaxing along the Front Range foothills. That gradient beginning to just ease a little bit. We were in the mid-50s today. We've cooled back to 49 in Denver, 46 in Greeley, still 50 in Lamar this afternoon. That is a nice swing in temperature. We are 15 degrees warmer this hour than we were in this point yesterday. So that's a good trend that we'll continue to watch. And in the mountains, that's where we're seeing the worst of the wind. Blackhawk, Nederland, Dumont, Loveland Pass, 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts that will be letting up as the evening wears on. We're beginning a Denver Metro warming trend that will last into the weekend, tracking the next storm and chance for mountain snow. But even with the high and mid-level cloud cover coming in ahead of the specific storm, the storm a day ago is moving so far to the east that that pressure gradient is beginning to loosen and ease, and that will help with the wind. So enjoy the temperatures out there right now, mid-40s. Soon as that sun goes down at 4:34, going to drop like a rock. Coming up, we'll look at the extended forecast in detail, including your weekend and that Broncos football forecast. We'll have all that in just a bit.
Kathy, thanks. Downtown Denver parking lots are about to get a bit brighter as the city looks to crack down on car thefts and break-ins. Starting next year, downtown paid parking lots will be required to meet a certain level of lighting at night to try to prevent crime. While auto theft is down citywide, Denver police say one problem spot has been these parking lots. About 3 cars are broken into or stolen every single day. They believe certain dark spots are a big reason why.
I'm not a criminal, but this is what police have told me, that criminals don't like to be seen. They like to steal things when no one can see them stealing things. So it's really a kind of common sense solution, an easy solution to a complex problem.
Parking lot owners will have some time to get into compliance with this before any enforcement begins. The city is asking for those changes to be made over the next year.
The accolades just keep stacking up for Travis Hunter. Today, the Buffs announced the Heisman finalist also won the Lot Impact Trophy. The award goes to college football's best defensive player who exhibits model characteristics off the field. The word impact in the Lot Impact Trophy is actually an acronym that stands for integrity, performance, academics, community, and tenacity. For anyone who knows Travis, he has all of those traits in spades, also 4.0 student. Hunter is the first Buffalo to win this award. He is also looking to become the second CU player to win the Heisman. He has already been named a finalist. Many people think he's a shoo-in. We don't want to know anything until we find out this weekend in New York City, and 9 News will be there. And we hope Hunter will be bringing home college's most prestigious award.